Hello everyone, welcome back to Ikit Claw's Mortal Empire campaign. Now part 4. If you recall last time I was having a little bit of uncertainty about how I was handling Undercities, mostly due to my less than great income at the moment, and also Galleon's Graveyard getting taken away from me for having 80 detection. I've decided we're going to rework these Undercities. So for the next couple turns, we're going to just basically raid around the Dwarves and Bretonia over here. Specifically the lady here in Carcassonne. And yeah, Clan Ungrind over here. And use that money to refit and finish building for our Undercities. And try and get them to produce a little bit more money on a little bit less food. As you can see, we're doing great on food. And get the detection down to 60, which is just a lot less likely to accidentally happen than 80. I got a little bit greedy with 80, really. So yeah, that's the plan. We're getting good raiding money already from Carcassonne, because we're raiding a nice wealthy capital over here. And we're going to just kind of work our way up there to the to Karak Izor here, the capital of the vaults, to make better money from them. And then we're going to take a look at our Undercities. We're going to stop using this discoverability plus 80 city just period. It's too much risk for food, which again we're doing pretty much fine on. So we're going to demolish those everywhere that we have them. Just not too many places. And we're going to replace them next turn. That'll also give us a bit of money going in the next turn. And got a lot of work to do. Here we go, carrying on. Obviously, whichever one of these people we're raiding finally gets tired of it and declares war on us, we'll pull the other army over to where they are and fight that war and make some money that way. And until then, we're going to use the peace to, like I said, build up our reserves and get our Undercity economy a little more stable and protected. We're going to hold off on either of those rights for right now. So what we're going to do instead now is we're going to build one cash building and one food building in each one. The food building's always going to be the same. It's always going to be the scavenger horde. And then the cash building in capitals is going to be the big percent building that we're going to build up as we go. And in settlements, it'll be the smaller chain that just gives a flat income. Just because capitals produce a lot more money, the percentage is way more worth it. Whereas the smaller settlements, oftentimes, unless they have a gold mine or something in them, you're not going to get 400 gold a turn out of them, even taking half of their money. And that's going to let us keep our discovery down at around 60. And once they've spread to everything around them, we will remove this building entirely and either build another income building or jack up the big income building the whole way to 50% and build another discovery reduction building. So that's the big plan. And we're going to start by putting money building over here and get 20% of Lothorn's income. And give them some deeper tunnels, and then the food building. Now, we're going to be operating at a loss on food in all of these cities until their spread thing is done. And once that's done, then we'll actually be either net gaining food from the smaller settlements and even on food from the larger settlements that are pumping us all the money. And it should get us more money per turn overall than we were dealing with before, and just a more stability. Alright, that's a good start. We'll see, a lot of those buildings will be finished next turn. Let's see how high up the Undercity Under Empire income goes from 629. And of course, we still have 2 buildings with nothing built in them as of yet. Yeah, and we went up to 1800 from those 3 buildings. So yeah, it's a nice boost, I would say.
War power! No comply, no!
Dwarves don't seem to have a whole ton of money, and their stack isn't even all that great. I wonder if they have another army out hiding somewhere? What's their balance of power look like? Not too bad. Kinda hope they declare war on me. They were a bit stronger against Carcassonne, and that's one of our objective towns. Always check the news, make sure there's no new undercities that I hadn't noticed yet.
I say move!
Who calls me Hex?
Carcassonne's army looks a lot nastier.
No malice detected. This rat is no fool.
Looks like the Wood Elves are consolidating. Oh, where are those gray herds? Oh, they're not any ones that we need to worry about. You know, while we're doing all this raiding, I know I was going to start stealing technology, but that's going to cost like 500 a pop, and you really got to keep doing it to make it worthwhile. And I don't want to invest like that. So we're just going to continue along with what we have been doing. Build a food. And build a money, and don't have anything for the other one. Come down to Bibali. Bali's a little bit of a weird one. I do want to build an undercity under it because I have the opportunity now, right now, but it's going to be mine eventually. I wonder how long. Well, we can always demolish it if we need to, right? Only lost 1 net food so far, coming from under empires, and we are still not done with upgrading everything.
Of Scryer. Run, rats.
Just get right up in his face. I don't want to be at war with bloody hands. I like the greenskins. They are my friends.
I want a scurry move. Knows who his boss is.
And for that matter, I should probably actually try and make friends with the orcs over there.
No, under.
That would cover an awful lot of flank. And it is turn 90. That's a good time to do a diplomacy run anyway. But first, we're just going to finish up on the base level of all of these. Get a little more money per turn in.
Tired of these slopes.
And we're just going to camp him, actually, for a turn. Maybe a couple of turns. Try and get those hit points back and finish filling up these couple of wounded units. Oh, I forgot to do diplomacy. Stupid me. It's alright, we'll get it next time. I'm very forgetful when it comes to diplomacy. It's a bit of a problem.
These mountains are mine.
We are maxed out on food at the moment.
Gracie. Scamper scurry.
How are our cities doing? Everybody's pretty happy and healthy, it looks like. That's nice. Let's do some diplomacy. We'll do it from the people who hate me the least on up. And let's see if we can actually make some friends. Yeah, that was asking a bit much, wasn't it? We'll get you there, though.
Demands are simple.
Fellow Rats Clan Spittle hate me. That's fine. Found Tomb Kings tend to get along pretty well with Skaven. I'm not entirely sure why. They don't really have a whole lot in common, but rats like bones, I guess.
Man sleep ways, and more sleep while greed. Never.
Making friends with the undead really just kind of pisses off Bretonia a little bit more. You know, if we can get them to go to war with us, that's generally better than us having to go to war with them. Would love to make friends with some dark elves, so that's a good start there. Don't really care so much about the pirates. Bloody Hands, we'll start with the non-aggression pact and work our way up from there. Skull Smasher is also pretty friendly. Relatively speaking. Basically, not having a red face means you're friendly towards me when I'm playing a Skaven. We don't see a lot of green faces like this. Alright, well that's even more gold per turn. We're creeping up to 4,000 here. It's going to give us plenty of money to make our upgrades, which is going to give us even more money. We're just going to cascade our way on through like that. Once we've got this stable economy, we'll be able to carry out upgrades on our capital and start being able to funnel more money into our cities, which can produce even more money in the long run. But I like to get this passive income settled first. And we've got ourselves a new Undercity.
Let the bear scream, scream.
Skaven Blight, of course, still waiting for its level 4 upgrades.
Chosen. Clay, harbinger of doom. Skaven Blight's greatest, best inventor.
Get Ikit Claw back to Raiden.
More warpstone. Now, now!
Right, we're not going to build a spreading building in here. We're going to be back down to 0. We're going to add another 40 on top of that. So we have 40 to spare. Perfect. This settlement is finally our first complete one. And I don't think we have enough money to upgrade anybody else. But that's what we're going to start doing next, is adding upgrades to all these things. Get more food pumping out of them. Get more money pumping out of some of them. 'Cause food supplies are going to start running low at some point. Well, food income's going to get lower. It's going to take quite a while before we run out, having 200 food right now. Ooh, rocket boots. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get experience.
Warlock engineer. Hornet am I.
Like, the rocket boots would have been nice, but 3,000 gold is 3,000 gold, you know?
No malice detected.
That was a good chunk of experience.
My technocracy.
I wonder if these guys... Nope, not allied with the other dwarfs that are threatening to take out my Skaven friends. And I can earn quick and easy points with said Skaven friends. by picking a fight with the aggressors. Maybe do a couple raises, give the orcs a little something.
Where am I?
Oh, it's worth thinking about.
Rakatarita.
Settlement upgrades everywhere. Obviously, settlement upgrades are more important than putting down the, than upgrading the undercities. Yeah, I can English. At least for immediate future things. They take longer to upgrade. They provide more stuff in the long run. So I guess it's not really immediate future things. And just good to get them done. Another undercity. Wow.
Engineer of Scryer. To under Empire. Go, go.
Might be fun to pick a fight with these guys and just kind of see what I can do. Gets me closer to two people who I would like to be allies with.
Move tails.
And they're unlikely to do much in the way of counterattacking me, I feel.
This way, Ray.
As you can see, what I said before about undercities establishing themselves relatively quickly, we have a ton of undercities all over Bretonnia now, and up in Musalan, I guess. I don't think they'd like to be considered part of Bretonnia. And we've only had to establish 3 ourselves, one of which got taken up. I might be wrong about that. It's been a while. Time to amp up food production. And again, we just want to make sure we stay at about 60.
Tinker. Enemies to track. Science, sorcery.
Strongest guy in the game. Let's give him a little more to worry about.
Destruction. Which kill device to use,
Just thinking a little bit. Yeah, let's get some towers up in here.
The council's voice.
Hate the way they move your map on you.
Move.
Like my map facing a very specific direction. So there we go. We got a siege going. That should draw a little attention our way. Still can't build the things I need to build here. If an army comes, we'll break off the siege and attack the army. We're harassing, basically. We're building up friendship points with with mutual enemies, and maybe we'll get some gold from sacking their cities. Maybe we'll destroy a few cities and help our enemies get stronger, or our allies get stronger. We'll see. There's a lot of things that could come from it, and it's a relatively low-risk thing for me. Even if they kill Ikit Claw, I've got enough money to bring them back, and a little bit better than he was before he died. Well, I don't much like the Confederation of Corone and Carcassonne. Not a fan of that.
Let the bears scream. All hail, horned rat. Skitterlip.
On the flip side, they don't hate us any more than the last guys there did.
This rat is no fool.
And as we find ourselves with more and more extra money at the end of the turn, we can start building more of the stuff that we need to build. Like so.
The council's voice. Yeah, move tails. Knows who his boss is. Glad to be wearing this suit. See.
Sure, Gorak. We can be friends again. I never had any beef with you to begin with. I think I have an Undercity over there in Itza, don't I? Thique apparently going to war with all of the elves. That's a little bit odd. Maybe 18 is just trying to take them out.
Rat mage. Rakatarita. Attack! Die!
Alright, away we go.
Fight!
Them only having 4 units up on the wall is a pretty big boon. Let that be a lesson to you kids. Gambling never pays.
Ready! Escape! Yes! Storm burning! What? War Black Jedi's! Rattling your gun! War Fire Thrower! Claw catapult!
Alright, and we're just going to do some straightforward killing. Where'd I put my wheel? Up there.
Ikit Claw!
Alright, gunners are obviously our biggest threat with their heavy armor piercing and just good damage values. Not. Guess we're not really all that well armored. Yeah, well enough. And then we'll go for the bowmen after that. God, great beard, long beards with great weapons on the sides. And that seems like a pretty good start to me. Seems like they ended up putting pretty much everybody on their walls except for their leader. Which is an interesting tactic. Oh, they got somebody back here, huh? Yep, some longbeards with great weapons still back there. Catapult's apparently having a little bit trouble targeting someone. So we're going to switch their targets up real quick. Shooting on the walls is troublesome. Now we're just going to let people start firing at will now that we've got our units actually up there fighting. Doors are open. Which is, of course, why everybody suddenly pulled off of the wall with their melee units. Which, of course, is just going to doom them anyway. Just a whole lot of murder going on right now. And a bunch of dead clan rats back here. But we're just going to harass them a little bit more. Things are basically over now. Dominated the wall. We've got our ranged guys on the inside. Have taken the flag with just, like, spammy units. Now we're going to turn these guys around and see if they'll shoot at the wall real quick.
Ikit Claw! Started race! Wheels the winds! Casting death! Hey! Yes, yes! Stab, stab!
So yeah, it's pretty much all over but the celebrating now. And everyone seems to be mass retreating. And that's it. We're broken. Did the Lord die? Is that what happened? No, we just routed. Yeah, he didn't even rout. Army losses just got to him. Now, of course, we're going to do the thing that piss off Dwarves the most, and we're going to rob their great vault. And take as much money as we can out of this city before we burn it to the ground.
These places' riches are mine now. Distract sequence countdown. Cogs
15,000 gold's pretty good.
Annihilate!
Unfortunately, we have to wait till next turn to raise it. But that's fine. Just going to set up camp and heal. Not that we took very much damage at all. It was pretty crushing victory right there.
Chief Warlock, Ikit Claw.
And hey, look, it's turn 100 already. Upgraded brass orb is very
No
nice.
malice detected.
Alright, that's so much money that throwing it all into the Undercities seems crazy when I can buy some of the actual expensive stuff that I need to buy. So that's what we're going to do first. Looks like I need 2 more buildings to build here after this. So I can build the multiplier. And I can do that here as well. Those are big buys. Margarita finally gets its walls, and the next bunch of money we're going to spend to upgrade our food places in the places where we can afford to upgrade. We'll start seeing returns on those pretty quickly. First couple are going to come through very soon, it seems. Hey, Clan Spittle, you like us a little more? You do, but you still need to like us more before you talk to us. That's cool. Followers of the Gash are all about us. Probably don't really want a defensive alliance with them anyway. Notice all these guys are pretty significantly weaker than me, so I'll take bad trade agreements with them, no problem. But if with somebody who's significantly stronger, I might not want to give them a trade agreement that pays them way better than it pays me. Alright, no changes to diplomacy, apparently. These undercities are spreading like wildfire.
Let the bear scream.
Sometimes, you got to take a look, make sure you have room for the specific buildings that are going to benefit you the most. Fortunately, most of them cost around $3,000, so. Oh, I forgot the braised Karazakirak. Or whatever the hell the name of that city was.
Envoy of council. More warpstone. Now! Fight later.
We're just going to auto it this time since they're already so badly wounded.
Less murder now. Questions later.
Raise it to the ground.
Science. Sorcery. There. Knows who his boss is.
Got enough to upgrade 2 more food runs. And we're gonna find another dwarf settlement and see if we can't sack that too. We're basically just gonna keep robbing the dwarves to work on our own infrastructure.
Where are my schematics? Storm Demon.
Well, okay. It would appear that our good friends the orcs have already taken them out of their other house over here. So, let's found a city. let's search some ruins first. Another one of these question puzzles. Again, find the mark with the question mark that matches the question mark spot. And that would be underneath this thing where the exit points down from the labyrinth. So it's a little spiky ding-dong thing. That was easy.
I say move.
We're just going to continue on with these food upgrades. So it just occurred to me, Brion has all of his neighboring spots occupied, so he can actually get rid of this building. After getting rid of that, we'll be back down to 0. So we can go ahead and upgrade this as well. Any more food banks to upgrade? Yes, there are. There always are.
Subjects. All may die.
Gonna have to cancel one of these upgrades that we just made. So that we can afford to settle this city. And it is a capital, so that's good. Because we're just going to go ahead and take it at level 5. And start building the stuff we need.
The council's voice. This matters no.
So after we're finished upgrading all of the food things, then we're going to stop upgrading the Undercities for a while until money starts to run low again, and then we'll worry about upgrading the money parts. We generally, want to concentrate on the parts that get us the thing that we have the slowest income on at the time. Uh-oh. Chaos is coming. Of course, we're pretty cool with Chaos. Clan Molder and the Forces of Chaos, generally pretty good friends. And, I got friends in Clan Molder. My ex-girlfriend's from Clan Molder. Little known fact. Essentially, I don't need to worry about Chaos. It provides a distraction for the Forces of Empire so that they don't worry about me. And I can continue to operate unimpeded down here. And otherwise, they're generally not going to make it all the way down here to bother me. And I don't think I actually need them dead to, yeah, they don't even have to be dead for me to win like it is with so many of the other factions. Actually coming along very nicely. I should probably start concentrating on the Wood Elves pretty soon. In fact, let's make our way up there and think about picking a fight. I totally do have a city down here. So that's cool. And I built it well, it looks like. That's even better. No, actually I don't want to build that. So we need to build walls here. We need to build the crystal here. We need to build the 3 hero buildings here. And so that's all 5 slots already. So we'll just leave that as it is. Australia's still waiting to build plague monks. Onwards. As you can see, our food gains back up to pretty good spots. I can probably stop raiding with the secondary army at some point soon. We've got our economy very well under control with no active threats on the board. One very inactive threat going on. So the question now is, oh, shame, Musalan's dead. What do we do next? We could march on the dwarves. We could go straight to attacking the wood elves. I think the dwarves is probably the smart decision, because we're making less and less friendships with them as we go, as time goes on, with us being at war with their bosom buddies and all. So I'm going to work my way around to dwarf territory here. Alright, all of our upgrades are done there, huh? Just walls and crystal left over there. I'm pretty sure that these 3 areas make up the totality of Clan Angron's forces. But we'll see. We'll see soon. Taking on wood elves is notoriously difficult, since you have to go into their forest to do it. Especially if you're a ranged unit. Forests are a huge pain in the ass with units hiding. Wood elves make very good use of it, because a lot of their infantry units are boosted by it. And, you know, their large units move through trees fine. While my predominantly missile-based army is going to be hitting a lot of trees.
Legs, tails, move. No malice detected.
Where do I build first? Like a kid in the candy store over here.
Mage. Sky forward.
He does have 2 stats. One significantly larger than the other.
Tinker, tinker.
And, you know, admittedly, he's a little bit of a scary dude.
To under Empire. Go, go. Engineer of Scryer.
So I want to have one army up here, kind of running interference, I think. And the other one take Zarakzil. Then I could bring him back up here, and I'll have them pinned in on both sides. And we'll see what we can do. The other option is we strike hard at Karak Buftar. We hit it with both our guys at once and just wipe it out. And that should cripple their army, and then we just keep the pressure on while that's going on. That might be the better way to go. And we're actually going to use this warlock to create an earthquake, not to create undercities.
My axe thirsts for war.
Yeah, no, we're not. We're just going to go ahead and establish the laboratory. Look, damaging walls is great, but it's just not what I'm here for. I'll climb the walls if I need to. I'm a rat. I can scurry over anything. With so many other forces in the non-walled settlement, I'm really thinking well, obviously we do Flayed Tail. Sorry, Fabricator, but you're not going to be in combat anyway. You're not here for the leadership. Yep, now they've got all the Wood Elves in their little pocket. Good for them. So yeah, Karak Buftar does not have walls. Its garrison is relatively slim, and the dwarves that occupy it aren't very good at their job from the looks of it.
All hail, horned rat.
So, we are going to march in and take it.
Where are my schematics? Dreaded one. Have them then.
Apparently we're very close in actual strength here, which I disagree with, but that's fine.
You will fight. You die. Kill for me, rat king.
These are dwarves without any artillery and without their best ranged units. No gunpowder at all. I think this is going to go extremely well for us. We are, of course, going to try and force them to come to us. And we're just going to kind of stack everyone on top of each other. and they're going to move out from there.
Greatest of magic users.
Got a whole lot of summons this map. That's going to be a lot of fun. And let's give this a go. Alright, so right out the gate, we've got a line on some archers, quarrelers even, which are good archers to have a line on. Move the rattling guns right out to there. The poison wind lavaliers, whoops, are going to go right to here. That's not quite right. They're going to go to here. And that's not quite right, actually. We're just going to clear their movement by telling them to go there, and then we're going to space them out just a little bit more. And we're actually going to angle things a little bit. We're going to make a cup like that. Keep both rat ogres all the way over on the side. That flank should remain wide open. And this seems like a pretty good way to start. But we will see, I guess. Before all the reinforcements get here, we're going to make some groups. Mostly just so we know who belongs where. Cool, so we know 1 through 5 is our starting group. Just obliterate some quarrelers real quick. Reinforcements are almost finished arriving, and they are going to split their army to try and fight us on both fronts, which is, I don't know, it's not stupid. Fortunately, dwarves are pretty slow. We're just going to send the Doom Wheel barreling in over there. And we're going to send Ikit too. They're basically going to run interference while our crew gets set up. Where are those catapults? They are still coming in, huh?
Very good, master.
Catapults we're going to try something different with.
Guide us onward.
We're going to try leaving them loosely protected here by some very visible rat ogres, and hopefully they can see out of the trees well enough to start bombarding junk. Well, looks like we have some exchanges going on over here.
Warlock desires. I am yours.
Oh, hidden archers. Alright, not everybody is firing at people like I would like. Are the rattling gunners going? They should be. The mortars are definitely going to start going any second here. And yeah, actually they have been. They just wrecked those longbeards, it looks like. Just take a quick look. See how things are.
Rattling gun.
Oh, we definitely got some good killing going on. We're going to send our rat ogres to go chase those guys down. And we're going to send these guys. Where do I even put you? You are going to go there. You are going to go there. You are going to go here. Get a better angle on these people. We're going to launch a nuke at these guys. A mini nuke, not a big nuke. And throw out some plague rats in these guys' ways. And we're going to bring these guys back from over here. Things are looking pretty good overall, I'd say.
What was? Rattling gun! Get them! Our tale is yours! Murder, kill! Treat! Slater! Scamper forward! Casting death! Hey! Grey seal!
Our plans must shoot us!
Hex cast! Yes! Person, hurry! Rattling gun! Spring the cattle back! Nash! Kill! Your desire!
Things actually going very well over here.
Storm vermin! War fire thrower! Yes! What? Faster! Scurry! War fire thrower! Yes, master!
Things seem to be going pretty well just in general all around.
Ikit Claw! We move! Master of masters! Blade Claw, Coffers! Forward, backwards! Storm vermin! Red Cobra!
I think it's safe to say we've basically won over on that side.
Yes! For the vermintide! Greek! We obey! Hasten! Hurry!
And it looks like everybody is broken. Except this one last guy right here. So that is that.
Chase! War lightning! Go, run, go! Storm demon!
I can't really figure out why he has to charge him every time I try and cast that spell. It's supposed to be good at all ranges, and yet...
Warpstone magic! Wield the winds!
Okay, we're just not going to do it then.
Casting death! Hey! Storm demon! Now!
Is this guy a ghost or something? Is he unbreakable? Oh, yes, he is. That would explain that. He's still going to die, though. Well, I guess he's going to re-die. And that's it. Fight is over. Their army has been crushed. We will take their castle. One of our Stormburn units got pretty badly beat up. And that's about it, actually. That's the only real problem that happened there. We might actually just combine him with the second worst beat up unit and then replace him with an assassin.
Picket it clean. Hunt out dwarves. The council's voice.
Only true vengeance will make me happy. Is that what you...
Not that big a shift in the balance of power. Somewhat surprising.
Chief Warlock, Ikit Claw. Ikit Claw has no equal.
He's actually going to heal up really quickly. And I might use an earthquake to go ahead and break the walls over here. I know, I'm wishy-washy.
This rat is no fool. Knows who his boss is. No malice detected.
Work towards getting that extra food again.
Exo so dreaded.
Now, as long as they don't have an army hiding down here, which I don't believe they should, then I think we'll be okay. Oh, Holy Confederation, Batman. Did not see that coming. I guess we hurt them too badly. Well, this certainly changes things.
Masters of Seers. Storm. Yes. Melts them. Eats them like soup. Doom decay.
Alright, 3 turns, and, what?
Weaklings detected.
That's unfortunate. But it's also fine. We'll just re-add that, and we'll get it back.
Enemies in sight. Good for weapons testing.
That's very handy. Well, we definitely don't need to use extra stuff for this. We also don't want to take any more damage than we have to. We're going to go ahead and play it out, even though it's pretty much a guaranteed win.
Skaven Scourge!
There's just no way to place them all so that they're all out of my way. Okay, anyway.
For the Valentine! What? For the Valentine!
Don't mind my sloppiness. I don't really feel the need to take this battle too seriously anyway.
Blade Claw Catapult! Countess Hammer!
There shouldn't actually be any hand-to-hand fighting at all in this battle, and I'm going to play it as such.
Our tail's yours! Blade Claw Catapult! Council's command! Skaven! Yes, yes! Scryer's Wrath! Ikit Claw!
We're just going to stick Ikit Claw right in the front to face them down.
Scally, yes! I'm now ready! Get to the lid!
And of course, since we intercepted them and they're on the offense, they will march towards us. And when they get in range, they will be destroyed. I'm going to use some clan rats to reveal their hidden units and then target them first.
For the Valentine! Now, ready now!
Of course, they won't last very long, but they're literally just there to be our eyes while we take... Oh, that was a vicious hit! Almost half their life. Yep, leader now just walked right into this trap. As the Zarakzils just really start gunning for him.
Casting death me! Warp lightning! Wield the wind!
Brutal. Doesn't look like we're even going to see the rattling gunners get any action. Oh, I stand corrected. These guys might just make it. They might just make it in the range. Nope, they're going to die too. As expected, basically a slaughter. Didn't take a single hit, much less lose a single unit.
Flesh, the best.
Take a little extra food from them too. And of course, since we intercepted them, they died. So now there's no armies left over here defending these two cities. We should be able to take them no problem.
Chief Warlock, Ikit Claw. Storm, yes. Cogs in motion. Okay. No malice detected.
Things are definitely going very well for us right now. Should be able to take these last two cities without much effort, and then that'll be a good point to stop for the night. I'm not really sure where we're going to expand from here. There's definitely some options. I could go north and attack the Wood Elves and just get that out of the way, but I don't particularly want to do that. Most likely, a lot of next turn is going to be spent building up the new territory that we found and upgrading our armies, as we can now access tier 4. Ooh, nice. We can now access tier 4 buildings in Skaven Blight, and we're really not that far off from being able to access tier 5 ones.
All things die.
Well,
Set safe.
it's a little sad
Take
how the mighty have fallen.
More lab nests here. Steal things. All things.
We're going to sack it first. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and build it at 5, even though that's very pricey. It is going to be worth it in the end. Yep, and Zarakzil is basically undefended. We're going to be able to take that no problem as well. Let's go to Skaven Blight first and see what upgrades we can do there. And of course, we got to do our buildings in Bastogne. Negative 96 food this turn.
Storm.
That's of course very temporary because of the amount that we just spent on founding that city. It's not a real reflection of how much food we have. It's just kind of funny. just gonna do another quick.
Speak, speak.
Man, they don't want to get any closer. That friendship keeps creeping up, though. Might as well get friendly with Archie, huh?
You have had your uses.
Yes. What do you bring before the hags?
What call can walk? Well, what do you get? Keep your head bowed.
Well, nobody seems to want to get too much closer to me.
As my power ascends.
But that's okay. Alright, this war with the dwarves went surprisingly well, to be honest. Which seems to be a theme for this game. Everything is going surprisingly well. Well, another chapter finished, and on to the next one. Always happy to get another big boost to money.
Harbinger of doom. Plan scheme is discordant. I order scurry move. Strike.
Keep forgetting how much money I really need for, Miragliano level 5. Keep forgetting how much money I actually need for the, things. Lost track of what I was saying there. Musalon can now get rid of its spread thing, because it has spread everywhere it's going to. Same with Bordelot. Aquitaine can still spread to Quinnell. Castle Bastion has a lot of stuff it could spread to that I just can't see. Same with Lyonesse. Carcassonne can spread to Quinnell and up into King's Glade. Alright. So that's enough messing around with Undercities. It's nice to finally be able to say that once and for all. Well, once and for now. And then this battle against Zarakzil is going to be the last one of the night. So we'll probably play it out, even if it's going to be a super easy one. We'll just slaughter them real quick, just to get a 4th battle in for the night. I think that'll be the 4th. And then we're going to call it quits. Our empire continues to grow, little by little. We have options between Bretonnia and Wood Elves, or maybe even digging into Empire a little bit, trying to double team them with Chaos.
Slay murder.
Oh, they have walls. That's very surprising.
You will fight. You die. Move tails. Where are my schematics? Never.
Get a little extra food and public order in here. Maybe it'll do us a favor and attack us. Pretty sure we'd win that fight pretty easy.
No! Progress, yes!
Now, you generally assume the capital is going to be the hardest nut to crack in a province, but here these guys are with elevated walls and a cannon behind them, and they just want to make a liar out of me.
You're in my objects. I say they move. Enemies to track.
But that's okay. We're going to break their walls with an earthquake, and then we are going to, well, we're just going to destroy them. Bring the full might of both of these armies to bear against them. They will not have a chance. It's going to be holes all over their place. We'll be able to just walk right in with rattling gunners and flamethrowers, and basically play Daenerys Targaryen in the bad season of Game of Thrones. All up in this dwarf hold. Hey, the Canal Undercity is back. So now Brion can get rid of that again. So here's a capital building. We want to take this thing all the way up to 50. To 50%. And in doing so, that'll give us 80 discoverability, plus this 40. Minus that 40 puts us back down at 80, which is exactly where we don't want to be. So to counteract that, we can build the second building, which will cost us 100 gold to turn, but we'll drop the discoverability again and bring it back down to 60, which is exactly where we want it. And that is basically how we deal with that. I'm going to destroy that because he can no longer move anywhere, so that's fine.
Watches. Turn them to rat for attack. For the horned rat.
Oh wow, they won't let me break the siege.
Battle fight. Council demand.
I wonder...
Warp lightning. Sate the black hunter. Hurry. Tinker. Destroy them all over.
There we go, now I can break the siege. I didn't have anywhere to retreat to, that was the problem. Now, let's make an earthquake. Now... Oh wow, it actually destroyed the walls.
Kill contraptions.
That's cool.
Travel now.
Alright, well, you want to see the
Ruin the enemy.
quickest slaughter you're likely to ever see? Here we go. They do, of course, actually have some ranged units. Some decent ones, a cannon and a catapult, stuff that we would actually need to be afraid of. As you can see, 440 range on each of them as opposed to our 400 range. They actually outrange us, but we outdo everything else about them, so it's not really anything worth worrying about.
What? Council's command! Storm vermin! For the vermin tide! Storm vermin! Ready!
I'm being a little haphazard about how I do this, if I'm being perfectly honest. Going very loose in my formation, as you can tell. Ooh, nope. We can go here. Not entirely sure why they put themselves so in my range that I can now destroy their cannons before they even get a shot off. But thanks. And of course my reinforcements now about to come in. I think they might be aiming to try and get the high ground, which is, I guess, kind of cute. This, of course, will be a strategy that ultimately fails. They can't have the high ground, because I will just continue to shoot them into submission if they try and keep it. Basically just want to make a second row. It's very much like the first. So that anywhere they go, they're going to be getting shot at a lot.
It shall be done.
And then whichever way they decide to come at us, the other side can fold up in on them and just destroy them from behind. Sorry for the weird pauses in talking there, but you know, a lot of thought going into how exactly I should be setting up my stuff. Yep, and now they've realized there's nothing for them to do except advance. That knowledge, of course, coming just a little too late. It's really tempting to bomb the hell out of these guys. But I'm not going to. I'm going to use self-restraint. And just keep shooting into them like normal. Where is... And as you can see, they're just getting gunned down like there's no tomorrow. The end. Wasn't even a contest. Of course, we knew that going in. Nobody was expecting much out of that battle. Just, you know, kind of fun to watch the dwarves get beaten at the artillery game, right? Surprised they got as many kills off with their cannon as they did, considering how quickly it was disabled. But that's going to be all she wrote for former Clan Ungrun's headquarters, the Vaults. The Vaults are now ours. We shall fill them with scaveny things.
Collect precious things for me. Chief Warlock, Ikit Claw.
Alright, we're just going to do one more round looking at the Undercities and see how we're doing there. Alrighty. We have a significantly larger amount of income coming in now than we did before, which is very nice. It's going to help very much with finishing the upgrades to Skaven Blight and then the upgrades to the armies themselves. And then we're probably going to roll up a third army after that, because whoever we go after next, they're going to be a much bigger fish than the last one, the couple that we've had to fry. We're going to have some extended campaigns to take out Corona if we end up going against them. And as mentioned before, especially with them all confederated now, so it's having 4 giant trees to take down, these are all going to be a fight. If we can get them, that'll be a huge win for us. We might not even have to fight Corone at all if we can do that, since our undercities are spreading so much corruption over there anyway. That'll probably achieve that. Maybe we'll go up against Empire instead, take some of their lands, get some capitals, because they have a whole bunch of capitals that add towards our victory condition. I just don't know. There's a lot of ins, a lot of outs, a lot of what have yous. Well, Ikit Claw, what do we do with you now? I have 17 more skill points I can get. I'm going to end up putting more into magic before we get to the end. But I think first, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves some lightning strike.
Knows who his boss is.
Balequint should be very proud of himself. He's done great work with Ikit. And that, I guess, is why he gets 2 levels this time. Fabriker, of course. A series of good wins for him tonight. And now he'll gain access to the dreaded 13th. Summoned Stormvermin, which is a little nuts. Tier 3 summoned infantry. Pretty good, I'd say. Okay. Well, as you can see, and as I've already said a couple times now, we're doing very well here. I'm looking forward to what we decide to do next time. I'm still pretty unsure as to what it's going to be. But the way things are going, I think we could roll right into some stuff maybe.
Talk then, but I make no oath for the show. Doubtful.
Well, that might end up being a thing. Dealing with these dwarves over here might turn out to be an issue. Fortunately, Zorak has level 2 walls. Got a pretty decent little, little defensive grid there. Can probably fight off Thornrim, and if not, well, that's what we have these armies for.
Council's voice. Traveler, now!
But that'll be for next time, when apparently we continue our war with the dwarves. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you in part 5.